We may learn some Black history on this morning. So would you get into the praise service today?
Come on, put your hands together and give God some praise. Come on, give God some praise. Come on, give God some praise all over the building. The Lord is worthy to be praised. Come on, put your hands together with me. Oh, we come to clap our hands and stand up to them. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise. Everybody, we come. We come to clap our hands and give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise. Everybody, we come.
We come to clap our hands and give Him glory.
Come.
We come to clap our hands and give Him praise.
Help me out.
We come to clap our hands and give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise.
Give Him glory.
Give Him glory.
We come to clap our hands and give Him praise. Give Him glory.
Give Him glory. Give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise.
Oh, we come to clap. We come to clap our hands and give Him glory.
We come to clap our hands and give Him praise.
Come.
We come to clap our hands and give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise.
Give Him glory.
Give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise. Give Him glory. Give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise.
Oh, we come to our dance and give Him glory. We come to do our dance and give Him praise. We come.
We come to do our dance and give Him glory. We come to do our dance and give Him praise. Give Him glory. Give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise. Give Him glory. Give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise.
Oh, we come to clap our hands and give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise. Come.
We come to clap our hands and give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise. Give Him glory. Give Him glory. We come to clap our hands and give Him praise. Give Him glory. Give Him glory.
We come.
We come to clap our hands.
Come to clap.
Come to clap our hands. We come to clap our hands.
Come to clap.
Come to clap our hands.
Come to do.
We come to do our dance.
Do.
We come to do our dance.
We
We
come.
come to do our dance. We
Come.
come to do our
And you.
dance.
And give praise.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for He is good.
yes, He is good.
Oh,
Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for He is good. Yes, He is good. For He is worthy, for He is good. Yes, He is worthy, worthy. is good. Yes, he is good. For he is worthy. Worthy. For he is good.
For he is worthy.
For he is worthy. Worthy. For he is good. Yes, he is. For he is worthy. Worthy. For he is good. Yes,
For
he
he
is
is
good.
good.
For he is good. Yes, he is good. For he is good. Yes, he is good. For he is good. Yes, he is good.
I command my hands to praise the Lord. I command my hands to praise the Lord.
I command my hands to praise the Lord. I command my hands to praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Oh, I command my feet to praise the Lord. I command my feet to praise the command your feet.
I command my
Come
feet
on, Sister
to
Angela.
praise the Lord.
Command your feet to
I
move.
command my feet
Come on.
to praise the Lord.
Feet.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the
Oh,
Lord.
it's him. Feet.
Praise the Lord.
Feet.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, I command my body to praise the Lord. I command my body to praise the Lord. I command
Body to praise the Lord. I command my body to praise the Lord. Body, praise the Lord. Body, praise the Lord. Body, praise the Lord. Body, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Body, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Lord, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Whole body, praise the Lord. Whole body, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Put your hands together and give God some praise. Come on, isn't the Lord good? He's good. He's good. Somebody say he may not come when you want him to, but I guarantee you he'll be there right on time. Joy bells keep ringing in my soul. Joy bells keep ringing in my soul. Joy bells. Joy bells keep ringing in my soul. Oh, joy. trouble. Oh, yeah. Put your hands together and give God some praise. Come on, put your hands together and give God some praise. He's still on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, Saturday, and he's good right now. Just jump on your knees, say, every time I turn around. Woo! The Lord keeps on blessing me. Oh! Oh, yeah! You should be revived. Nobody should revive you on this Sunday morning. That's what the revival was for. So we come into the gate with thanksgiving. Into the court with praise. Be thankful unto him. Bless his name. For the Lord is good. Jesus, Mary's baby. Jesus, the Alpha and Omega. Jesus, the lily of the valley. Jesus, the bright morning star. He was wounded for my transgression, bruised for my iniquity. By his stripes, somebody say, God, by his stripes, I am healed. You gotta speak into the atmosphere. Say, I am healed. I am healed. I am healed. He was whipped up to heal. Oh! He was nailed in his hand, nailed in his side, nailed in his feet. For me, he died. But somebody say on that third day, he rose with all power in his hand. Give the Lord a praise. Woo! He said you might need to get your blessing while he's here. Woo! It's healing in the atmosphere. Joy, peace, deliverance. He's got saving power. If you want to be filled with the Holy Ghost, just speak for it. Yes, Lord. Just say, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Let your will be done. Yes, Lord. Thy kingdom come. Yes, Lord. Thy will be done. Yes, Lord. Oh, yeah. God bless you. Put the hands up with next. Like history. God bless you. Don't lose your joy. Just when I think of the goodness of Jesus. He does for me. My soul. What do your soul do? Cry out, hallelujah. 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 Come on, give God some praise. Y'all gonna let him praise about him? He all right. Come on, give God some praise. Come on, he's But I came on Friday, and I mean the Lord came in and blessed. I mean He blessed. If you didn't want to be blessed, then I guess you wasn't here. But those who came had an opportunity. They had an opportunity to receive the Lord. And He came up and He said, I want to be saved. I want to be saved.
Hey! small and precise. But I want you to know Black history is 365 days a year. It is not just 1 month, the shortest month. We have contributed so much to this world as Black people. If you went to your stove on today, thank you, Mr. T.A. Carrington. If you open up your refrigerator today, thank you, Mr. J. Standard. If you was able to talk on your cellular phone device today, thank you, Mr. Henry T. Sampson. If you closed the door at your house, thank you, Mr. O. Dorsey. If you was able to turn the light on or a bulb, thank you, Mr. Lewis Lattimore. If you was able to push a hairbrush through your hair today, thank you, Miss Lydia D. Newman. If you was able to iron your clothes on an ironing board, thank you, Miss Sarah Boone. If you was able to lock your door at your house today, thank you, Mr. W.A. Martin. If you was able to use a rolling piano today, thank you, Mr. John W. Reed. If you was able to turn that thermostat down today at your house, thank you, Mr. Frederick M. Jones. And if you was able to turn the TV off with a TV remote, thank you, Mr. Joseph N. Jackson. Let's give a hand to all the Black. We want to start our program off with our Old Negro Spiritual, Lift Every Voice and Sing, led by Sister Claudia Battles. I'll give her a hand as she comes. Can we please stand?
Not really. Mad and I always
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmony of liberty. Let out rejoicing, Lord, high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the roar. Let's sing song. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the presence has brought. Let's sing the rising sun of the new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
You may be seated. We now have a background write-up regarding Madam C.J. Walker, given to us by Sister Tamia Brown. Give her a hand as she comes.
See, I was originally supposed to work this morning, but I got a call this morning. They said, yeah, Sarah Breedlove, also known as Madam C.J. Walker, was lauded as the first black woman millionaire in America for her successful line of hair care products. Sarah was born on December 23rd, 1867, on a cotton plantation near Delta, Louisiana. Her parents, Owen and Minerva, were recently freed slaves, and Sarah was their fifth child, but she was also the first in her family to be born free. Minerva and Owen passed away in 1874 due to an unknown cause, leaving Sarah an orphan at the age of 7. After her parents' passing, Sarah was sent to live with her sister, Lavinia and her brother-in-law. Sarah married a man named Moses McWilliams on June 6, 1885, Sarah gave birth to a daughter, Aaliyah. When Moses died 2 years later, Sarah and Aaliyah moved to St. Louis, where Sarah's brother had established himself as barbers. There, Sarah found work as a washerwoman, earning $150 a day, enough just to send her daughter to the city public schools. During the 1890s, Sarah developed a scalp disorder that caused her to lose much of her hair, and she began to experience with both home remedies and store-bought hair care treatments an attempt to improve her condition. In 1905, she was hired as a commission agent by Annie Turnbull Malone, a successful black hair care product entrepreneur. Sarah moved to Colorado while her husband, Charles, helped her create advertisement for a hair care treatment for African Americans that she was perfecting. Her husband also encouraged her to use the more recognizable name, Madam C.J. Walker, by which she was thereafter known. In 1908, Walker opened up a factory and a beauty school in Pittsburgh. And by 1910, when Walker transferred her business operations to Indianapolis, the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company had become successful. Walker died of hypertension on May 25, 1919, at the age of 51 at Villa Lawara. In 1981, the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company ceased operation of line of cosmetics and hair care products bearing the name Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Culture is available at the Sephora retailers. Thank you.
For that information, because we all use hair products, and thank God for them. Thank God for them.
I got you.
We are now going to go to the part of our program which is going to be based on Negro spirituals. Now, Negro spirituals are songs created by the Africans who were captured and brought to the United States to be sold into slavery. This stolen race was deprived of their languages, families, and cultures, yet their masters could not take away their music. Over the years, these slaves and their descendants adopted Christianity, the religion of their masters. They reshaped it into a deeply personal way of dealing with the oppression of their enslavement. Their songs, which were to become known as spirituals, reflected the slaves' need to express their new faith. Many lyrics in Negro spirituals told stories and hidden messages. They were also coded maps. Our first song is going to be by Sister Wimbley.
Coded maps. I can't sing. Oh, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home.
Swing low. Now, when I looked it up, swing low, the lyric meaning for swing low was come down. But the hidden message was come into the slave-holding states. Sweet chariot, the lyrical meaning is heavenly vehicle. But the hidden message was it's the Underground Railroad. Coming forth to carry me home, the lyric meaning is take me to heaven. But the hidden message was take me to freedom in the northern states or Canada. Y'all give them another hand for that. That's so beautiful. Our next song is going to be Sister Vine with Steal Away. Y'all give her a hand as she comes. Oh wait, no, that ain't it. It's all right. Steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here. So steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay. My Lord, He calls me with the thunder. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay. So I'll steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay. So I'll steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay. Beautiful. I mean, United Faith is showing out today. All right, Steal Away to Jesus. Because of the Underground Railroad, used terminology from railroads as a secret language for assisting slaves to freedom. A spiritual that was used as a code for escape to freedom was Go Down Moses. And that was used by Harriet Tubman to identify herself to the slaves who might want to flee north. Y'all give her another hand. Beautiful. All right, we're going to ask Minister Bug and Sister Bug to come with Take Me to the Water. This is definitely Black history. Probably never see this again.
Take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized. Nothing but the righteous. Nothing but the righteous. Nothing but the righteous shall be baptized. Nothing but the righteous. Nothing but the righteous. Nothing but the righteous shall be baptized. Take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized.
Now, this song is still used today in worship. It is on one level about baptism, a symbolic contact with water that for Christian symbolizes new life, forgiveness, and the cleansing of sins. Y'all give them another hand. Thank you so much. Our next song is Sister Carletta. Every time I feel the Spirit. We got a lot of singers up in the church today. Y'all give her a hand. about what we call the unction of the Lord. When he would come in, they would feel depressed about what they were going through. And they would start singing that song and lift the morale of everyone around them. Because they had a deeper connection with the Lord. They wanted to know. They wanted to be able to feel that spirit. You know how we get down and out. Things ain't going right. We're having issues on our job. We got a light bill, gas bill due. But Lord, every time I feel the spirit moving in my heart, I'm going what? I'm going what? I'm going what? That's right. I'm going to pray. Let's give another hand. Now, my last song, I kind of had to put Mother on the spot. Because I didn't get in touch with her. Our last song is We Shall Overcome. Now, I know we all should know that song, right? Okay. Those who don't know it, it's very easy. Once you hear the first part, it just repeats itself. So we're going to ask Mother Sims to come and lead us in We Shall Overcome.
We cannot help but to think of Dr. Martin Luther King. I can't. Amen. And all of those songs and all of that stuff, I lived through it. And I think we came right out where we were in Texas. It was right on the back end of slavery. And so I mean that one or two of our great grandparents were in slavery. And we can forget Dr. Martin Luther King marching in Washington, D.C. with peace in his heart, with dogs jumping up on him, water hose on the children. George Wallace in, was it Alabama, wherever, of those southern states. I don't think we'll ever get finished with Black history. There's so much history. But you know what? We got to keep this in mind. You got to say we shall overcome, all right? As I sing a little phase of this here, Dr. Martin Luther King didn't get to see his children go to the parks and theme parks. I lived in a town in Texas where the sign on the wall said black and white. You couldn't go to the restaurants in Children's, Texas at that time. I did not go to a white school, so all I know is blackness, songs, and overcome those songs like that. One teacher teaching from the 1st to the 12th grade, one teacher, one room. I used to have to walk with my sister and stay out and sit all day so she wouldn't have to walk back home by herself in the country. But let me tell you what, we shall overcome. We shall overcome, even with the situation today. We shall overcome someday. If in my heart I do believe, we shall overcome someday. No matter what it is, oh, we shall overcome. Remember Martin Luther King. We shall overcome. Remember all the other civil rights leaders that got killed.
Now, We Shall Overcome was a protest song and a key anthem of the civil rights movement. This song descended from I'll Overcome Someday. And we thank God for where He has brought us from. You know, we can always think of woe is me, but my Lord, when you look back and see where God has brought us from, oh my goodness, we have not overcame, but we shall overcome. We shall overcome. Now, ending our program, we're going to have Brother Donovan Brown come up and recite a part of Dr. King's, let me say it correctly, the Reverend Dr. King, Dr. Martin Luther King's speech, I Have a Dream. And after he is finished, we'll give it back into the hands of the pastor.
Preach, Reverend.
How y'all doing today? Forgive me for not memorizing this. I say to you today, my friends, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves, and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will transform into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation that they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day in Alabama, with this vicious racism, with this governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places shall be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I will go back to the south with. With the faith, we will be able to hew out the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jaggling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to work, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with the new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, oh thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, and from every mountainside let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring from the prejudiced hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mountain tops of New York. Let freedom ring from the hiking Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from the Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from the Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from the every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. When we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every city and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands in singing the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Great God Almighty, we're free at last.
Praise the Lord. Let's give another hand for Black History. Oh, yeah. It is so important. It is so important that we remember those that have sacrificed for us to be where we are today. None of us would be where we are if they didn't make that sacrifice. None of us. And so I appreciate Black history, and just so I just came out of American history too, which is America after the Civil War, and I've learned a lot about Black history. One of the things that I've learned, the 1920s, Ella Fitzgerald. How many heard Ella Fitzgerald? Roaring 20s, 1920s. My wife told me to tell you guys about the A Train. Many have heard of the A Train. If you watch Harlem Nights, it depicts Harlem Nights. It's a vulgar movie, but it depicts blacks back in the 1920s. And you know, the band that was a song to tell the slaves how to catch the A Train to New York. The Great Migration was when the slaves were freed. The southern states wanted state rights, and they kept harsh on the slaves, so the slaves migrated to the north. A bunch of them migrated to the north: New York City, Chicago, Philadelphia. And so that song is "You Must Catch the A Train." So it was jazz, but it was sending them a message. If you want to get out of the South to get to the North, you must catch the A Train. All right, so that was my little tidbit on Black history. Oh yeah, a lot of them didn't know how to read because they were just being free, so they didn't know how to read. So that song, you must catch the A Train. And so that's mighty and powerful. So I want to encourage each and every one of you, if you can, to pick up a book. Something we don't like to do as black folks. Pick up a book on Black history and read. And I guarantee you, if you read your history, your Black history, you'll be appreciative unto God for where He has brought us from. He has brought the black race from a mighty long way. All right? So I know we get on you, and we get on you about praising God for His goodness and for His salvation and for His things. Like, we praise God for that because that trumps everything. But as a black race, we should be praising God for where He brought us from. Right? He brought us from a mighty long way. All right? So praise the Lord. Thank God for that. We're going to, would you just bring an offering? We're going to receive an offering, and we're going to dismiss. We're going to dismiss today. Had a message, but didn't go that way. All right? We certainly thank God for the evangelists. Praise the Lord. Coming back, and I forget your name, Evangelist Miller, coming back to be with us on today. Thank God for her. And Brother Mose, our brother Mose O'Brien back there. We appreciate him for coming. I want to ask him to keep on coming back. Keep on coming back.